Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 27th of November 2023. Essence. Sweet children, during the day perform actions for the livelihood of your bodies and sit down at night and churn this knowledge. Remember the Father. Make your intellect spin the discus of self-realization and your intoxication will rise. Question. Which children does Maya not allow to sit in remembrance? Answer. Maya does not allow those to sit in remembrance whose intellects are trapped in someone or other, whose intellects are locked, and who don't study well. They are unable to remain man above. Then their intellects don't work for service either. Because of not following Srimat, they defame the Father's name and deceive him, and so punishment has to be experienced. Song. My heart desires to call out to you. Om Shanti. You children heard the song. They call out to God the Father, not to Sri Krishna. They say to the Father, come and once again change the land of Khans into the land of Krishna. They would not call Krishna. The land of Sri Krishna is called heaven. No one knows this because they have taken Sri Krishna into the Copper Age. All of these mistakes have been made in the scriptures. The Father is now explaining things accurately to you. In fact, the senior one of the whole world is God the Father. Everyone has to remember that one God the Father. People remember Christ, Buddha, or the deities. Those of every religion remember the one who established their religion. Remembrance of God began from the Copper Age. In Bharat, it is remembered that everyone remembers God at times of sorrow, and that no one remembers him at times of happiness. The system of having remembrance begins later because there is sorrow. It was the people of Bharat who first of all began to have remembrance. Seeing them, those of other religions began to remember the founders of their religions. The Father too is someone who establishes a religion. However, people have forgotten the Father and inserted Sri Krishna's name. They don't know about the religion of Lakshmi and Narayan. You must neither remember Lakshmi and Narayan nor Sri Krishna. You have to remember the one Father who is establishing the original eternal deity religion. Later, when they begin to worship Shiva on the path of devotion, they believe that the God of the Gita is Krishna. They remember him. Seeing them, others also begin to remember the founders of their religions. They forget that it was God who established that deity religion. We can write that the sermonizer of the Gita is not Sri Krishna, but Shiv Baba. He is incorporeal. So this is something wonderful, is it not? No one has the introduction of Shiv Baba. He is a star. Everywhere there are temples to Shiva, so they think that he has a big form, that he is the constant element of light. However, He resides in the great element of light where souls reside. The form of souls is truly like a star. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is also a star, but because he is knowledgeful and the seed, he has that power. The Father of souls, the seed, is called the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. He is incorporeal. Human beings cannot be called the ocean of knowledge or the ocean of love. This is why the children who explain knowledge should have that authority in them, and their intellects have to be broad and unlimited. Amongst all of you, Mama is the main one. It is remembered, salutations to the mothers. The arrows were made to be shot by the Kumaris. Nowhere else do they have the secret of the half Kumaris and the Kumaris. This is proved just by the temple here. There is truly also Jagadamba, but those people don't know who she is. The Father says, I tell you the secrets of the Creator and the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation through the lotus mouth of Brahma. It should enter the intellects of people what is in the drama. This is an unlimited drama. We are actors of this drama, and so the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the drama should remain in our intellects. Those who have this in their intellects have a lot of intoxication. Throughout the day, you do everything for the livelihood of your bodies. So then sit down at night and remember how this drama rotates. This is man above. However, Maya doesn't allow you to sit at night. The secrets of the drama should remain in the intellects of you actors. However, this is very difficult. Some become trapped somewhere or other, and so Baba locks their intellects. The destination is very high. Those who study well ask for a good salary. This too is a study, but as soon as you go outside you forget, and then begin to follow the dictates of your own minds. The Father says, Sweet children, only in following Srimat is there benefit for you. This world is impure. The vice that the sannyasis renounce is called poison. The kingdom of Ravan begins in the Copper Age. The Vedas and scriptures, etc., are all the paraphernalia of the path of devotion. The intellects of you children should work on service. If you follow Srimat, you can also imbibe knowledge. You children know that destruction is just ahead. Everyone will be unhappy and will cry out, "O God, have mercy." At the time of crying out in distress, they remember God. They used to remember God so much at the time of the partition. "O God, have mercy, protect us." How would He protect you? If people don't know the one who protects them, how can He protect them? The Father has now come, but this scarcely sits in anyone's intellect. The Father explains, do service in such and such a way. You receive this Srimat from the Father. It is such a wonder that they are unable to recognize such a father. These matters have to be understood. Let the remembrance of Shiv Baba be in your intellects throughout the whole day. This one is his chariot and companion. Baba sees that today some children's intellects have a lot of faith, and that tomorrow their intellects develop doubts. Their stage falls when storms of Maya come, and so what can Baba do about that? You came into this knowledge and surrendered yourselves, and so you are trustees. Why do you worry? You have surrendered yourselves, and so you also have to do service, and you will then receive the return of that. If you have surrendered yourselves but don't do any service, you still have to be fed, and so you use up all the money that you gave on your food. They don't do service. You have to do the service of making human beings become like diamonds. The main thing is that you have to do Baba's spiritual service, through which human beings can become elevated. If you don't do any service, you will go and become maids and servants. Those who study well are given very high regard, whereas those who fail will go and become maids and servants. Baba says, "Children, remember me and claim your inheritance. That's all." This term, man above, is right. The ocean of knowledge says, "Remember me and your sins will be absolved." Krishna cannot say this. Only the Father says, "Constantly remember me alone and remember your future royal status." This is Raja Yoga. The family path is proved through this. Only you can explain this. Amongst you too, those who are clever and serviceable are invited. It is understood when someone is a clever hand. You children have to be yog-yukt. If you don't follow Srimat, you defame the Father's name. If you deceive him, there has to be punishment. The tribunal also sits. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Night class. First of all, you children have to give the explanation of the Father. Only the unlimited Father is teaching us. They call Krishna, the one who studies the Gita, God. You have to explain to them that it is the incorporeal one who is called God. There are many bodily beings. There is only the one who is without a body. He is the highest on high Shiv Baba. Make this sit in their intellects very well. You receive the unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. He alone is the highest on high, the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. That one is the unlimited Father, and this one is a limited Father. No one else gives you the inheritance for 21 births. There isn't any other Father from whom you receive an immortal status. The Golden Age is a land of immortality. This is a land of death. When you give them the Father's introduction, they will understand that they receive an inheritance, which is called deity self-sovereignty, from the Father. Only the Father gives you that. That purifier is remembered. He says, "Consider yourselves to be souls, and remember me, the Father, and your sins will be cut away." You can become pure from impure and become worthy of going to the pure world. The Father says every cycle, "Constantly remember me alone." Only by going on this pilgrimage of remembrance will you become pure. The pure world is now coming, and the impure world is to be destroyed. First of all, give the Father's introduction and make them understand this firmly. Only when they firmly understand about the Father can they receive the Father's inheritance. This is where Maya makes you forget a lot. You try to remember Baba and then you forget him. Only by remembering Shiv Baba will your sins be cut away. That Baba tells you through this one, "Children, remember me." Nevertheless, you forget me when you become busy in your business, etc. You should not forget him. This is the thing that requires effort. You have to reach your Karmatit stage by remembering the Father. Those who have a Karmatit stage are called angels. Therefore, firmly remember how you can explain to someone. There should be the firm faith that you are explaining to your brothers, souls. Give everyone the Father's message. Some say, "I want to go to Baba and have a vision." However, there is no question of visions in this. God comes and teaches you and says through this mouth, "Remember me, your incorporeal Father." By remembering me, all your sins will be cut away. While sitting anywhere and doing your business, etc., you have to remember the Father again and again. The Father has given you the order, "Remember me." Only those who constantly remember me will win. If you don't remember me, your marks will be reduced. This is a study to change from human beings into deities. Only the one Father teaches you this. You have to become the kings who rule the globe, and so you also have to remember the cycle of 84 births. You have to make effort to reach your Karmatit stage. That will happen at the end. The end can come at any time, and so you have to make continuous effort. Your efforts should continue all the time. Your physical fathers would not say, "Renounce all your bodily relations and consider yourself to be a soul. Renounce the consciousness of your body and remember me, and your sins will be cut away." It is only the unlimited Father who says, "Children, remain in remembrance of me alone, and all your sins will be cut away, and you will become Sato Pradhan." You should do this business in happiness. You have to remember the Father even when taking your meals. It is good if the incognito practice of you children of staying in remembrance continues all the time. There is only benefit for you in that. You have to check yourselves and see for how long you remember Baba. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good night. Om Shanti. Essence Vedana. 1. Do the spiritual service of making human beings become like diamonds. Never let your intellect develop doubts and thereby stop studying. Remain a trustee. 2. While acting for the livelihood of your body, you have to remember the Father. Continue to move along while considering there to be benefit for you in following Srimat. Do not follow the dictates of your own mind. Blessing. May you be an intense effort maker and use the powers of thought and speech accurately and powerfully. Intense effort makers, that is, the children who are going to go into the first division, use the power of thought and the power of speech accurately and powerfully. They do not become loose in this. They always remember the slogan, speak less, speak softly, speak sweetly. Their every word is yog-yukt and yukti-yukt. They only speak the words that are necessary, and they do not waste their energy in speaking wasteful words or words of expansion. They constantly stay in solitude. Slogan: a complete destroyer of attachment is one who even renounces any right to the consciousness of mine. Om Shanti. Sweet elevated versions of Mateshwari. The reason for peacelessness in the mind is some bondage of karma, and the basis of peace is the karmatit stage. In fact, every human being has the desire to attain peace of mind, and they make all sorts of efforts for this. However, until now, their minds have not found peace. What is the real reason for this? First of all, it is necessary to think about what the root of peacelessness is. The main reason for peacelessness of the mind is being trapped in some bondage of karma. Until human beings are liberated from all bondages of karma of the 5 vices, they cannot become free from peacelessness. When the bondage of karma is broken, peace of mind, that is, liberation in life, can then be attained. However, you have to think about how you can break that bondage of karma and who it is that can liberate you from that. We know that no human soul can grant liberation to another human soul. It is only the one God who can break these karmic accounts of bondages of karma, and He is the one who comes and liberates us from the bondages of karma with this knowledge and the power of yoga. This is why God is called the bestower of happiness. Until you know that you are a soul and whose child you are in reality, and what your real virtues are, only when you have all of this in your intellect can your bondages of karma be broken. We can only receive this knowledge from God. That is, it is only through God that our bondages of karma can be broken. Acha.